Yep, it's us. And we are here and we are live and in living color. Welcome to the Saint and the Ain't podcast. We are delighted to be with you. I've got my co-host, my counterpart, Mr. Bean. Good to see you, my brother. How you doing today?
I am great. Minus all the technical difficulties, I am great.
It's always some difficulties, man, but nevertheless, we are here. We are finally here and we are live. That is kind of the setback or the drawback of when you do a live show, man. If you ever run into some difficulties, it does make it difficult to do the show. But we are here. So we are going to let everybody know that we are here. We're going to highlight everybody. We're going to tag everybody. We're going to let them know that, yeah, we know what time it is, but we here and we are ready to rock and roll. Man, how was your week this week?
Week was pretty good. I can't complain. Trying to think what exciting went up. Nothing too exciting, other than Florida State losing. Terrible, 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 terrible.
Yeah, we going to get into that, man.
Yeah, I know
Um,
you're happy.
what we didn't hit on, I want to hit on, is my flight experience. Last week, we talked about your flight experience with the good airline we call not the Holy Spirits, some other spirits. And man, spirited me this past weekend. Um, about 2 hours late on the flight, you know. Uh, but then I didn't realize, man, that they give you nothing on Spirit.
Nothing. They don't even give you
Absolutely
air.
nothing. They charged me for the air. They charged me for the seat. They charged me for the bag. My bag was too big for carry on. And then they charged me again, even though online the carry on and the check in was the same price. When I got to the counter and had to check my bag in, they charged me some more money. I said, well, it was the same price online. Well, it's more here. Get on the seats. Didn't realize no TVs on the seats, nothing on the seats, no Wi-Fi on the plane. The seats, I was in the big seats. They didn't recline. I'm trying to figure out how Spirit is still in business, man. How in the world are they in a flight
You was
that
expecting a lot though from Spirit.
started off at $69 still ended up being almost $300. I'm trying to figure out how is Spirit still spiriting, man? Like, I don't know. I don't get it, man.
It's a value airline. As long as they're value, people are going to use it.
But where's the value? Where's the
Back
value?
backpacking and eating before. People just know how to work the system.
I don't know what the value is with Spirit Airline. As you all are where's the value? Again, I got the ticket thinking it would be cheaper than everybody else, and then when I checked out, it was really more.
It's a
I
good
spent a
lesson in
hundred.
cutting corners.
I spent almost $150, and I only had one bag. They didn't no water. They don't give you water free. They don't give you anything free. Where's the value? I heard a great value. That's in Walmart. I don't see no value in Spirit, man. If anybody that's logging in right now, if you have flown Spirit, the question of the night is, where is the value? I don't see no value, man. You should have warned me. You flew Spirit last week. You should have warned me.
I did. We talked about that last week.
No, you just said they did. It was okay. I didn't know. I didn't know about the other stuff, man. I got my headphones on. I get in there. I can't use these headphones. They got nothing. You remember I haven't remember the last time I've been on a flight and the flight attendants actually gave a presentation. I'm used to them saying, just watch the monitors. Maybe I'm just spoiled and boo. I don't know. Y'all let me know, man. But I don't know, man. That thing bothered me, man. So if you follow me, you know one things I will never do again. I'll never fly Spirit again. I don't care if it's free. Because even if they say the flight is free, it's still gonna cost you. Yeah, Spirit spirited me on last week. What was so funny was by our gate, it was Frontier. I think they worse than Spirit. Frontier Airline, they charged this lady $136 for her bag. They don't offer you. You can't even check a bag in. I mean, you can't even carry on a bag in whatchamacallit, in Frontier. Yeah, I can't do it, Brown. I can't do it. I don't even think they ain't even got the Holy Spirit on that flight.
They
I
do. You
say,
have to pay for it. They pass around a collection plate, and then you get the Holy Spirit.
yeah. I listen. I didn't want to talk about it too bad. I wanted to wait till they got me on the ground because I didn't want to say never again, and then it was really never again. But I said if once they get me on the ground, once they get me on the ground, never again. You won't get my money again, Spirit. Delta, I'm sorry. American Airlines, I'm sorry. United, I'm sorry. JetBlue, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to betray y'all. Please take me back. Please take me back. That's all I'm asking. Just take me back. So that's how my weekend started. That was Friday. But Torian, Saturday, we ended the show talking about the best team in college football. And
Did.
somebody on this show said it was Florida State.
It was.
And I
It was.
told you that these rambling boys from Georgia Tech was coming.
You didn't know that.
They was coming. I said it last week.
You didn't know that.
I said it last week.
You
I
was the whole
said it
team, man.
last week. I
You was the whole
said
team.
they are coming. They are coming. You said no way. I said they are coming. They are coming. You know why I knew they were coming? Because the Florida State quarterback is garbage.
Oh boy.
Yeah. What you got? What was going through your mind as Georgia Tech was running through that defense like butter?
Yeah, man. I was in disbelief. I'm very very disappointed. Some guys that really cried for money all summer, and then they came out and they like a fish out of water, man. It was crazy to see them get dominated like that. It was really bad. Like nobody on the defensive line made a play. It looked really really bad, bro. And
But
then we got this
I thought
linebacker. This one linebacker, like I don't know why he was on the field, but they left him on the field, and he was just like a fish out of water. And even the starting linebacker was just bad. So like our whole front seven, like the front end was just bad, totally bad, and it just caused everything else went down here from there. And then our quarterback, he just couldn't stop throwing the ball out of bounds. I'd never seen nothing like it.
I thought this was a continuation from Georgia, man. I thought that y'all thought this was Georgia. I know y'all played Georgia Tech, but I thought y'all was playing Georgia, man, back in the Orange Bowl, man. It looked like this was the fifth quarter. It looked like that's what it was. Florida
Yeah.
State came out and they scored, and you know Georgia Tech said, "Hold my drink. We coming right back and score." And when they started going toe for toe, I said, "Oh, this not gonna be what they thought it was gonna be."
Yeah, it's pretty bad. They don't have a long season. It's pretty bad. Um,
But
I
I
don't want to
told you.
dwell on it too much. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but
I told you. I told you. Oh, I told you. We ended the show talking about this. And you said we'll talk about it next week. Well, this is next week.
this is terrible. I just don't. I have no words, bro. I have no words. It's pretty
I mean,
bad.
y'all bought all them people. Y'all bought all them people. I mean, you thought you was in they thought they was in Tallahassee. And that meant absolutely nothing. Yeah, you're right. That boy wasn't no good. That's the problem I'm having with the NIL. These guys are requesting money and they're no good. I think NIL not gonna be around that long. Not the way we know it.
It's gonna be around. It's just these people like are taking advantage. Like they
Yeah,
play
people gonna
hard,
stop throwing money at people who haven't proven themselves. Because at the
right?
end of the day, somebody got to be willing to give you money.
Right. I think they play hard to get the money, and then once they get it, a sense of entitlement sets in. It's like if you're hungry, like, and you want food, you go searching for the food, right? But once you get the food, what happens? You get tired.
But did
I,
anybody watch him
I
play at
ate.
Clemson?
Right.
Did anybody watch his film at Clemson?
But then he went to Oregon State and looked totally different.
He looked like he looked at it's a man. Look at what you said. He
He
went
sold
well.
us. He sold us something that it wasn't. He can't. I don't think he could play on the East Coast. I don't think he could
He
play
went to Oregon
overseas.
State.
I don't think he could play. I don't know. I think he needs to go see a psychologist.
He went to
Something is wrong
Oregon
with the kid.
State, man. They don't play defense. They don't play defense there.
Good point.
That's what I'm saying, man. They don't play
I'm not
defense.
buying it.
What you say what you want about the ACC? It's some defense being it's a little bit of defense being played. Well, we gonna see, man. I'm just going back to what was said last week. Last week, you said it wasn't gonna be no problem. It's gonna be a cakewalk, and I knew it wasn't gonna be a cakewalk. All summer long, they were talking about Florida State and they want to play and all that. Jordan Travis was the team. It's gonna be fun when y'all come down here, man. You still gonna be in the elevator?
Yep. I'm gonna be right there watching.
This is a different guy from last week.
Hey,
It's
you
not
could
the
rub it
same
in.
guy.
Like hey, I'm distraught. We could rub it in. Like I'm distraught. I just didn't. I didn't expect this from
The
this highly
rambling
paid,
Rex,
this highly paid D line.
the rambling Rex of Georgia Tech, wrecked through that defensive line like butter. I couldn't believe it. I was in Atlanta around some Georgia Tech fans, and they couldn't even believe it. Well, we gonna see. My Canes play Saturday. We play Florida, so I think we're gonna have a better outcome. Even though I'm not as optimistic about the Canes because of the coach as you are about Florida State. So I think it's just gonna be an interesting football season coming out the gate. Already on 1, so they were. Florida State was practically a shoe-in to win the ACC. They still can win it, of course, but I think Vegas going back and re-looking at it now because it ain't what they thought. That defense gonna have to step up, man. I like Cam Ward playing against that defense. I like our running game against that defense. We gonna see if they step it up. But
I'm waiting to see the next game. Hopefully, we see a totally different defensive line. I don't know. I don't know if they got to Ireland and they just partied themselves. I don't know, but that is just ridiculous. I've never seen nothing like it, bro.
They
But
went all the
we'll
way
see.
across the pond, drunk too much of that Irish beer, and they just didn't show up. I know who better show up though. CD Lamb better show up for Dallas, cause that boy
But he
got paid.
got paid.
That boy
See
got
if he get
paid.
complacent. He got paid.
4 year,
Paid.
136, 100 million guaranteed, $30 million signing bonus.
Let me hold something.
That, my friends, is what happens when you sign your good players late.
Let me hold something, CD.
4 years, 4 years, $136 million just to get double teamed because Dallas has no other wide receivers to throw to except maybe Brandon Cooks, and he's not who he used to be. So, CD, got your money. Dallas, you were dumb for not signing them last year. Now you had to sign them because you look like pure trash in the preseason. Dak literally had nobody to throw to. So, CD, you played your cards well. Well done. You did well. You got quarterback money. CD Lamb got quarterback money. Do you think he's worth it?
Uh, I mean, they had to pay him. They don't have like you say, they don't have another playmaker. So who else they gonna pay? They had to pay him.
But that's what I'm saying. If they had to pay him, why they didn't be? Why it took so long for them to pay him?
I don't know, man. You gotta ask Jerry Jones. That's how this man do business. It's awkward, but he got paid.
He said it's worth it.
He is.
You say it's
Definitely
worth it. He's worth it because he's at Dallas, or he's worth it because he's that man.
No, he's a good wide receiver. He's one of the top wide receivers in the league. He deserves it. He's good. I mean, best thing they got.
Who they gonna blame if it don't work out? Him or
Dak.
him or Dak?
Dak. You always put the blame on Dak.
Because now they got to pay Dak. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Top five. I give you top five. But in this salary cap league, can you have a winning team paying the wide receiver that much when the quarterback hasn't been signed? See, I think Dallas just ran poorly from a business standpoint. They ran poorly.
No, Dak he's coming off of a payday. You want him to get signed again, is what you're saying, because he just had a payday.
No, Dak want to get signed again. It's not me. He want to get signed
Okay,
again.
but I'm just saying, you saying they did sign him. He did what he did in those 3 years since he signed, or 2 years since he signed. They signed him. He had a big contract.
But they keep signing guys late. They signed Elliott before they signed Dak. So they let Elliott, who was already aging, tie themselves up financially. Then they had to pay Dak, right? So they was in salary cap hell. They come right back and make the same mistake again when they should have signed CD last year. If they would have signed him last year, he wouldn't have gotten 136. They would have been able to not just sign Dak, but sign somebody else. What I'm trying to say is the GM, who is also the owner of the Cowboys, is the reason why they are not where they need to be. And I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan, but that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Holler at me if you believe me. That's just the truth. The problem with Dallas is it's being poorly ran from a financial standpoint. That's the problem. And until Jerry Jones get us out the way, get out of his feelings, stop signing people too late, I think the Cowboys going to always be a step behind. I think we lost our co-host, but that's just my opinion. I think it's going to be a step behind. I think that the problem is he has no vision for the Cowboys. He just keeps getting in his feelings. He gets in the way. You know how it is. Even the Dolphins, man, has sense enough to sign Waddle so they can keep Tyreek and pay Tua.
I don't know. He the money man, so until somebody get more money than Jerry Jones, he not moving out the way.
But that's the
I think the
thing,
only
man. You
thing
can
moves
have
him
all
out
the
the way
money you
is
want.
like
You still
something
got to
like
fall up under the salary. He overpays for
Yeah.
everybody. He goes from I'm not paying to now I'm overpaying. So what's going to happen is they're going to throw CD under the bus because Dak has nobody else to throw to. And it's going to make him look bad. Somebody say his brain is in delayed mode.
Jerry a few steps ahead of Biden, man. Like you just that's the only thing that's gonna make him like move out the way. They need to like get him out the way. They need something nice and fresh in Dallas, like how the Titans when they got them a good GM, like moves like that.
You
They
got to
need to
have
do
a
something like
GM,
that.
man. You got to have a GM. That's ultimately what killed the Patriots. Was Belichick just wasn't a good GM. Great coach,
Right.
but he wasn't a good GM. At the end of the day, man, these guys get in their own way.
Facts. We see it.
Get in their
We
own
see
way.
it.
You know, Parcells years ago, you probably remember him making a statement. If I'm going to do the cooking, at least I ought to be able to shop for the groceries. And that mentality right there trickled down to all of those folks. And the truth of the matter is we have seen far too many times where that mentality has killed the team. It ultimately killed Parcells' career. Because he wanted to pick the groceries. Because he thought he was a good coach and he wanted to be everything. And now most of these NFL clubs are getting smart and making sure that they do have a solid coach and a good GM. But Dallas got an owner who wants to be the coach and the GM and the owner. He had more press conferences than all of them combined.
This is true.
And that is going to be the problem. That is going to be the problem. So I'm looking forward to watching this train wreck again in Dallas. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's coming. Every year you know it's coming. It's just
it's coming. It's coming.
Self-destruct.
It's coming. So, yeah, it's coming. They got Kellen Moore. No, they don't have Kellen Moore at the offensive coordinator now. They coach still he's running the play. They got rid of him. He's running the plays. So, he did that to save himself. It's just going to be a train wreck, man. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be a train wreck. So I just can't wait to see it, man. I just can't wait to see it. When football? Is it this Thursday night? Is the first game this Thursday night?
I think so.
Or next Thursday?
Maybe next Thursday.
I don't know, but next Thursday is going to be hot. What is it, though? Ravens versus the Chiefs? Oh, that's going to be fire. I can't wait to see that, man. That's going to be fire. That's going to be fire. Can't wait to see it. But you know what? Last week, for those that may have not been following us last week, we talked about this story, and I want to kind of share and talk about we talking about football, and there was some major backpedaling going on with a certain brother. I want y'all to see this. If you were watching the show last week, you saw this, but I got to give you the backtrack of it. Let's look at it, man.
You're supposed to be that's a part of hip-hop. You throw a concert in Louisiana and don't book no Louisiana legends and put no bankroll in no Louisiana legends' pocket, but you pay the police $500,000. What type of is that? You ain't with my city. You taking advantage of my city. It's cheap and it costs way less than it costs where you from. And y'all stupid, slow so crazy that y'all gonna let this come down here and not show no love to Louisiana. This ain't book no Louisiana artist. This ain't book Big Papa. This ain't book B Will. This ain't book Hurricane. They didn't even go to Baton Rouge and get no boosies or no webbies. Like, he didn't with us. Came to take advantage of us. Shreveport had cheap ass land. He came and bought that shit, and a nigga don't give a fuck about with us. And he just showed you that by paying the police $500,000 when we got young niggas out here starving, when we got young niggas out here killing each other. That money could have went to anything to help the fucking youth. We don't need more money invested into the police. We need more money invested into the community. We need who know the community, who know the people, who willing to put their feet on the ground to make a difference with their influence. Yeah, bro, I'm willing to work with him. Like I told you, I think it's a big misunderstanding, and we actually need to sit down. Not about me. My son had a football game today, so I couldn't perform. Yeah, bro, I'm willing to work with him. Like I told you, I think it's a big misunderstanding, and we actually need to sit down. Not about me. My son had a football game today, so I couldn't perform. Yeah, bro, I'm willing to.
Well, that boy need to play
Too late.
defensive back.
Too late.
That boy need to play defensive back. Boy, I ain't never seen I ain't seen nobody backpedal that fast since that boy from Florida State, Deion Sanders. Boy, that man spent a whole week talking about 50 Cent and how much he ruined and how much he came in and ain't show no love. And a few days later, he talk about it's a big misunderstanding. What's the misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding is that you too late and that man ain't messing with you. It is done.
Now,
done, my man.
You see this train done left the station and it ain't coming back to get you.
Nope.
Now, you say, I love to sit down and talk with him. Work. Oh, now you want to sit down and talk with somebody because you didn't get the support you thought you was going to get. When some of those rappers begin to come out and say, no, I don't know what he talking about. He showed me love. When the businesses came out and talked about how much money he brought into the city, now, since you know he's going to continue to do stuff like this, now all of a sudden is a misunderstanding. Now all of a sudden you couldn't perform anyway because your son had a football game.
When was the last time you heard a Hurricane Chris song?
I ain't heard from him.
You see how 50 Cent responded. But on top of that, look at the underlying things that he was saying in his first video. We are starving. No, you're starving.
You're starving. We not in Paris. We. No.
You're starving. And we haven't heard, like you see what 50 Cent, who you think you are, Fredo Bane? Your stuff not riding no more.
He ain't but no hurricane. You right. They done had enough hurricanes in New Orleans.
Right. So, I mean, it was the relevancy. Like, people that were relevant, they perform. People that were hot right now, they perform. Hurricane Chris, I haven't heard from you. Like, I didn't even know you were still living. It's crazy.
But this is what happens, man, when we just hit live. We talked about it last week, man. Going live is going to ruin so many people.
I cut them hot mics, boss.
You should have this man had to come back if humble yourself was a person. Talking about it was a misunderstanding. What was the misunderstanding? You did a whole video, multiple videos, speaking from your chest. And now that you understand and realize that you the only one think like this, now you willing to sit down and talk.
That was a major festival, man. It was some a lot of comedians, a lot of singers, rappers. That was a very big production. Yeah,
First of all, here's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that he made it appear as if he just donated money to the police. The money he paid for the police was a worth of security. We just talked about a few weeks ago how a lack of security can destroy a whole venue.
Yep.
So what 50 did was make sure that the people could be good and be safe. And that was the cost.
Well, we actually had a lot of security, and it still almost destroyed the whole venue. But yeah, it's
But what
crazy.
I'm saying is, you got to be careful how you put, and I don't want to say be careful because I think what he said was meant to be deceptive. He ain't just give them no check. That was the cost of their presence. And like we
Right.
said last week, no reports of any violence. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got shot. Nobody got killed. So it wasn't even, I think he made the statement about the money for the police, the camouflage that it was really about, I didn't get to perform. And now a
What was he
week
gonna
later,
perform?
you got to come back and you got to backtrack.
Yeah, I gotta say,
And
every
that's
hot
the
mic not
problem.
right. Every hot mic not right. Gotta be quiet sometimes, bro. But
Sometimes you just got to, hey,
sunk itself.
as they say, if you can't beat them, join them.
But he can't join that train. That's done.
No, it's good. They left the station. 50 might have backed the train back up to pick him up if he had just made a phone call. Hey, man, next time show a brother some love, man. I do, I'm from Shreveport, man. Show a brother some love. That's a private conversation. That's a DM. That's a text message. That's something else. But now it's over,
He went at
man.
50 though. That's like the wrong person to like be on his bad side.
It's over, man. Like it or
Like
love it, man.
we watched
When
this dude
somebody has the keys in their
kill Ja
hand,
Rule career.
when somebody has the keys in their hand, they can let you in or lock you out.
Yeah.
That's the power of having the keys, man.
Yeah. I guess he's trying to make himself relevant because 50 Cent ain't the one you really want to go at it with.
50 ain't never had nothing to lose at this point. You had everything to lose, and guess what? You lost. You lost.
You know, like he's actually losing more, and like he was already lost. But it's so sad for the young fella.
Well, it's interesting, man. And I had to, because when I saw that, I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying. Ain't nowhere in the world you come by and talk about, I would love to sit down and talk to him. I'd rather you just said, I'm sorry, man. Don't say it was no misunderstanding. It was clearly not a misunderstanding. You misunderstood that somebody was going to care. That was the misunderstanding. There wasn't
That
no
boy did a
misunderstanding what you
moonwalk.
said. We know what you said. We got the receipts of what you said.
He did a
So,
moonwalk.
yeah. So, it is what it is, man. Did you catch, when we were on last week, man, they were kicking off the DNC convention. I'm going to honestly say I didn't watch either convention much, if at any. Didn't watch the RNC, really didn't watch the DNC. My wife turned it on a little bit and I watched it, but I didn't watch it. But it was something very interesting that came out of the DNC that it really made me laugh, man. For those that watch, I think, was it Thursday night, a Wednesday night, the vice president who's running to be VP, came out, and his son, of course, emotional, saw his dad, and he started crying. He started crying.
work with
for
him.
his
Like I
for
told
his
Trey, I
dad.
think
Oh,
it's a big
that's that.
misunderstanding, and
Didn't mean to
we
play that.
actually need to sit down. Not about me. My son had a football game today, so
Nope,
I
we don't
couldn't
want to see
perform.
that. Yeah, get that down. There you go. He came out and he started crying for his daddy, which is understandable. You know, he started crying. I can appreciate that, man. The man who loves his daddy started crying. But here's my issue. Somebody decided that they was going to go to Twitter and clown the man for crying. But what if we didn't know before, we know now that the guy that's running for VP on the Democratic side got some clap back in him. He said, instead of talking about my son, you need to talk about why your fiancés keep leaving you. See, this is the kind of stuff that kind of makes me happy we live in 2024. Because you know there was a time being where people could talk out of the side of their mouth and you just had to take it. But in 2024, if you don't come for me unless I send for you. Now, he made that lady feel real small.
Oh my God! You ever looked at her though? She like a basset hound.
Yeah. I think that's why he said that. The fiancés keep leaving you because when they see you for who you are, you ain't what the profile pictures look.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, man. She looks. Ooh, she's rough on the eyes.
That thing tickled me, man. It tickled me to see that this man don't care nothing about he running. You not gonna come after my son, and I'ma just sit there and be quiet. That's not what we doing. That's not what we doing. We not doing that over here. We not doing that over here. We not doing that over here, man. That man said you need to figure out why your fiancés with an S, why they keep leaving you. We keep talking about this dating pool. I guess she experiencing it too.
She probably part of the P. I mean, you're already starting off. You're a conservative pundit that spews out lies and falsities, and you're siding with a person like Trump. So yeah, that's you can start right there. You know, who wants to be with a person like that?
See, I'm in a profession, man, where you ain't really supposed to clap back like that. You supposed to turn the other cheek. You supposed to, remain silent. So it's refreshing to see people say, the heck with the other cheek. You post, I'm a post.
They say in 2019 it was take the high road. In 2024 is fuck that shit.
2019, when they go low, you go high. In 2024, when you go low, we go to the basement. We going lower. We going to the dungeon.
The depths of hell. I'm going with you. So
hey, I get.
That's where it's going.
But you don't talk about nobody's kid though, man.
Right.
See, I've always thought kids were off limits.
The Republicans they not off limits. Nothing's off limits. I mean, they have people walking around with fake semen at these demonstrations or whatever. So, and that was the clown Tim Walz for whatever reason, which is wild. Like, so you see what we're dealing with when you come to people like that. To me, they're campaigning and it's all about entertainment. They don't care about nothing. They just care about entertainment and destruction. It's weird to watch. And you like if these people were actually led into our White House, where our country will go. When we talk about this week in and week out, but where would our country go if we let some clowns like this into the White House, where we supposed to be like, those are supposed to be the people that we model ourselves after. Those are supposed to be the people that runs our country, and now we're gonna have that type of stuff running our country, just like it was the last time. It's just clown activity.
I keep saying to my conservative friends, we miss people like John McCain. John McCain say, I'm going to run a clean campaign. I'm going to win, I'm going to lose. When people try to attack...
Ronald Reagan. I mean, even Bush. We had Republicans was not like this. This is a different kind of GOP.
Yeah.
This is different. We've had Republicans in the past that wasn't like this. They didn't carry themselves like this. They didn't even have the same kind of like policies like or whatever they're running on. This is crazy. Like just to see these people, it's like straight anarchy.
Yeah. John McCain said, no, I'm not going to let you talk about him. We're going to stick to the issues. They tried to talk about Obama wanting America and all this kind of stuff. Same stuff Trump was talking about at the time. And they tried to infiltrate that into John McCain campaign. He said, no, he shut it down. No, we're not going to let you talk about it. I know him. I know he's a good man. We just don't agree on certain issues. That's it. You can respect that. You can respect that. I respect people who deal with the issues. There are a lot of differences on both sides. There are a lot of things I like on both sides. But as you stated, it's not about issues anymore. This is about people just, it's almost childish behavior.
Right.
That's what it is. Childish behavior. Even people on the street, it used to, just certain things just used to be off limits, man. And to know that this man child has some underlying disabilities, and you come at him like that.
But it's crazy because these people know each other. So just think about what we're talking about. Like, she knows him. She knows of him. She knows of his kid, whatever it is. To even go and stoop to that level, it just shows you where they're willing to go to get their, to get their message across, which is sad. And like I say, they cater to...
Attack him. Attack him. Say something about him. He was the one speaking that night. Talk about him. I guarantee you, if she would have said something about him, he probably wouldn't have said nothing. But you're not going to attack my son. So as a father, as a protector, you got a right to protect your children. You're supposed to protect them. So we just in a different world, man. We just in a different world. And I don't know. It just, when I saw that, I was like, because I saw her tweet before I saw his response. So the tweet had started going viral, and then his response just took it over the top. I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think she want to do that no more. Well, you talked about a different world, and we literally got some people in a different world. We got 2 astronauts that are now going to be stuck out of space for a while. Now, Tori, I don't know how you feel about space travel, but it ain't for me. I'm going to keep my feet on the ground. And the reason why I like to keep my feet on the ground is because of stuff like this. Now, we done sent 2 astronauts astronauts on an 8-day journey. And lo and behold, they tell them, well, you know what? Y'all, the motor went out on the transmission of the car. We ain't gonna be able to fix it and get nothing back up there to you for 8 months. But y'all chill, man. We're gonna come back and get you. Boy, that's crazy, ain't it?
So they went up there on a Starliner,
They went up
and they
there on
got
the
stuck.
Starliner, man. These two people, they went up there and they found out that it had some kind of mechanical failures. Almost remind you similar to the capsule a few years ago. Found out it had some issues. They tried to send something else up there to go get them. It failed. It's not like an airplane where you just get another plane. Now, here's the challenge. They've got some people already up there that's scheduled to come back. The problem is, it's basically a two-seater. So they got to bring the two people who already been up there for a minute. It's time for them to come home, so they can't get a ride on that. So the next ride, we're just going to call it a ride. The next ride to go back up there is not scheduled to leave until the end of the year. 4 people were scheduled to go. Instead of 4, they're going to let 2 go, but it's not scheduled to get back up there at its earliest till February. So now they just got to chill out. Now they just got to chill, man.
This is crazy. I didn't even know. This is my first hearing. I didn't even know they went up there on the Starliner and
Yeah,
got stuck. So
yeah,
Boeing strikes again, huh?
yeah. They stuck for
That got to be one company that get away with
a minimum of 240 days, man.
Bro, you had planes falling out the air, and now you have a plane, airline that gets stuck in space. Yeah, they need to fold. Boeing need to fold, man. That's crazy.
But it goes back to my spirit argument. How do these companies get to stay in business? How? How you gonna leave somebody up there stuck? It's one thing to know you're gonna be up there that long. Them people left their family for thinking they were gonna be gone for 8 days. And now 8 days turned into 240. Man, that's crazy. And they saying if they lucky, they'll come back in February. It may be it may be March or as late as June. I don't know. I think Butch. I think it's Butch and Shanita. I think it's their names. I think they gonna know each other a little better by the time they get back. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I think they gonna. I think they gonna get to know each other a little bit. Ain't much to do in outer space, man. When you ain't planning on being up there, there's only so
Well, at
much
least they was able to get to
exercising.
the space station.
It's only so much exercising and sleeping you could do. It's only so much.
They was able to get to the space station, so at least they're good. They're not
Yeah,
just stranded out in
they at the
space.
space station. They at the space station for
They can eat them
240
some
days.
peanut butter and jelly, and
How
chill
you
out,
pass? How do you pass time for that long?
I think they got some kind of entertainment on there. They probably got some old Nintendos or something.
Oh yeah, they got some entertainment, all right. Oh, they got some entertainment. That same entertainment that Big Mama had when she was in the country.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, how does sex work out of space, like in zero gravity?
Hey, I think they're gonna find out. I think they're gonna find out. Hey, how you
That's
gonna explain
wild,
that to
bro.
your wife when you come back? That's gonna be a tough conversation, man. That's gonna be a tough conversation.
What happens on the space station stays at the space station.
Yeah, it, hey, see, they not our color, but I know I'm married to a woman that looks like me. It's gonna be hard for me to convince her that ain't nothing happening in 240 days. I'm just saying. But good luck to them, man. We wish them, like you say, at least they made it to a place where they can, they got food, they got
I think I
whatever
just read they
entertainment they
coming.
got.
I think I just read they coming home on SpaceX in September. So it may be less. They may be getting out of jail early.
I thought it
Early
was leaving
release.
in September.
Yeah, well, I think SpaceX works a little bit faster than NASA. So they may be coming home a little bit sooner. I don't know. We're gonna see.
I think I read that was, I think I got it in front of me. It said a return flight which will ditch the troubled Boeing Starliner spacecraft that the crew rode on, the SSI, in favor of SpaceX vehicle, has no confirmed date. However, in the best case scenario of an early February return, the Starliner's crew time in space would amount to no fewer than 240 consecutive days since they got up there in June. Remember, they've been up there since June. They've been trying to get them back since June. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, they've been there already for a few months already. But again, you can't just send an Uber to space. So it's crazy, man. Listen, as we wrap up our show, Florida State has already given us what they've given us. We're going to see what UM and Florida does. So in 2 weeks, all of the major Florida teams would have played. We'll see who's the Florida champ so far. Be the only team in the state that has a winning record. We're going to see who that is. It's going to either be Florida or UM. I got my money on UM. You should too. If you like your money, you should put it on UM.
I'm still rolling with my Seminoles to be the Florida State champs.
Oh,
And
you
I don't
mean the
care who don't
Florida
like
champ?
it.
Florida. You
Florida
mean
State
just
champs.
the champs in Florida?
They're gonna beat UM, Florida, and they're gonna be the Florida State champs.
Okay, that's all. I'm just making sure you got them to be Florida champs. Okay.
It's the only year that we really actually play. All three play each other, so it's gonna be a real Florida State champ. Which we were the only ones that were able to claim that anyway, because we were the only one playing both schools.
Well, that's because Florida's scared to play us. They not scared to play y'all. That's the only reason.
So
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm just speaking the facts. They not scared to
So
play y'all. They've always been
we're gonna
scared to
see
play us.
the three schools who went out who gets the state champs.
We gonna see. We gonna see. So we got a Florida fan that's watching that follows the show. Whatever team ends up being the state champs. Well, whoever team doesn't, I'll say. No, the team who becomes state champs, he deserves a state dinner from the losers. So if UM, you got to give me a steak dinner. I got my money on UM. We gonna see what happens. But it's a good time, man. College football is back. NFL is back. We got one more week before the NFL kicks off. It's gonna be good, man. Who you got this year, man? As you know, we making cuts, making moves. Dolphins cut Mike White. He might make it back. He lost his backup job to Skylar Thompson. So the Dolphins making some interesting moves. Got to get cut down to 53 by Tuesday. So it's going to be interesting, man. Next few weeks. NFL starts in about 12 days. So it's going to be on. That is.
I'm rolling with my Dolphins.
I like the Dolphins this year, man.
Rolling with my Dolphins.
Hey, I already told you
like
my
a big
feelings
shot.
about it. I already told you I
Definitely
don't think
rolling with
Aaron
the
Rodgers is going to be the Aaron Rodgers y'all think he's going to be, but we'll see. Y'all said I was crazy the other week when I started talking like that, but we going to see who was right. I think we have seen the best of Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's going to do very much with the Jets. He's not going to have the success that even Brett Favre had leaving Green Bay, because Brett Favre actually had some successful years with the Jets and with Minnesota. I don't think he's going to experience anywhere close to that in a Jets uniform, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think he's gonna be good if he stay healthy.
Well, they said that about Tua. So I mean, if Tua gets criticized from being injured, Rodgers can't then not be criticized because he got injured. Oh, what if he wouldn't have got injured? That's what happens when you get old, Aaron. You should have retired. Yeah, I think he's done. I think A-Rod is done. I think he's done. Don't mean he don't have some throws left in him. Doesn't mean he don't have his arm. I just think for 17, 18 games, I think he's done. I really do. But I've been wrong before. Because remember, and we don't get to change the narrative, because the Jets were one quarterback away from winning it all. That was the narrative. So we don't get to change the narrative. They got the quarterback. Let's see what's going to happen. Last question for everybody who's watching. Who's going to win the starting job in Pittsburgh?
I'm gonna go with the young guy.
Justin Fields.
Yes. Who happens to be one of my clients. Definitely.
Okay. Say Fields. Everybody think Field. Just go with the young guy. When all else fails, go with the young guy. Man, I don't think Sierra gonna be able to buy no more uniform now. She done bought. She how many more? She had to get rid of all the green and blue. Then she changed the green and blue to orange and blue. Now she in the black and gold. Listen. Somebody said, Wilson, no contest. Fields is a turnover waiting to happen. We gonna see. You think Tomlin job on the line with this one?
His job, I don't know. I don't think Tomlin. I think Tomlin gonna be all right.
I mean, they ain't give him much to work with picking against Fields and Wilson, but we gonna see. We shall see. Well, that's our time, good people. We will see y'all next week when we gonna celebrate that Canes victory.
Rub it in, rub it in, rub it
We
in.
gonna celebrate. We gonna do what Florida State can't do. And I don't know. We might be off next week. It's Labor Day. I don't know. We got to decide that. It is Labor. Yeah, it is Labor Day. So we might actually participate in Labor Day. But I might just want to come back on just to celebrate them Canes too. And don't you think for one second that the orange bean got on is for anything other than the Hurricanes? I don't care what he's saying. It ain't
No,
about the
nah.
tornadoes. The tornado looks just like a hurricane. So
You funny, bro.
he has been sending us subliminal signals for a long time. We just haven't been picking them up. So it's okay. It's okay.
Delulu. Delulu.
Well, you know what? We're going to see y'all next time. We are out of here. Peace. Go Canes. Go Dolphins. Go everybody else. Until we meet again. Peace.